All right, welcome back, Year 11. If you're watching this as the first video, there is one here beforehand. It should be the one up the top. Please watch that first. All right, first video went through lesson 4. This video now, I'm going to jump onto lesson 5 very quickly. So in lesson 4, you had a look at the Sydney underworld. This was a very contemporary modern text that has lots of interactive ideas. Lesson 5, though, takes us to a more particularly modern text. So if you click on Phil the Jew here, you jump up to a very modern day article that was written 2 years ago in one of our local newspapers, but it is about the 1920s crime period. This guy here, his name is Phil. His nickname was Phil the Jew. He moved out of the Sydney after the 1920 Razor Gang, and he moved to Ettalong Beach. That's his house there that he built. He essentially built a mansion. During the 1920s, Ettalong was very much an isolated area. That house has been knocked down now, but if you know Ettalong and you know the Mantra Hotel, that's exactly where his house was. So for me, as an older person, this is the way I'd much prefer to experience text. Straight away for 2 reasons. One, I know where to go to first. So I've got my headline, I've got my byline, and then I know to start reading from left to right and reading downwards. However, even here, this is not traditional. One, I've got images up the top here and an image of Phil on the side. Overall, in that big square, that's probably about 30 to 40% of that page is visual imagery. So for the generation above me, that is too much visual imagery. And even here, the fact that we've got an inserted box, I don't know when I'm to read that. So this is essentially becoming a more modern newspaper article than what we've expected from the past. However, if I jump from there to there, it's an extremely different way of coming about experiencing the different ways of receiving information. So the reason I'd prefer this is I know where to go. I know I'm not going to miss information. The negative, though, this is someone's direct opinion. I am looking through the world through their eyes. Here, you have a collection of information that you get to actually decide where you want to go to. These are all different articles that you can jump to. Okay, so your question is, would you rather receive information from a newspaper or from a website? And then explain your response. After that, we're going to jump into looking at comprehension style questions. So you probably really haven't done much comprehension since early junior years or primary school. But when we go to do our HSC exam, may possibly even be in our exam for term 3, end of year 11, we have styles of comprehension questions we're going to get. There are 3 styles of questions. There's a here question, a hidden question, and a head question. To explain what that means, here is your answer is actually written on the page. Hidden means that you get enough information on there that you can work it out. And head means that you actually have to stop and think and find that answer, not on the page, but in using your brain. So here's an example. Simon lived on an island called Tawi. He was 8 feet tall, while the average person was only 4 foot tall. Phil was very popular on the island. So first question is the here question. The answer's on the page. What is the name of the island Phil lived on? Tiwa. Straight away it's there. Hidden question, did Phil's height make him different from others on the island? Obviously, if he's 8 foot and they're 4 foot, it makes him stand out. Then finally, it says he's popular, but it doesn't say why. So give one example for why you would consider him popular. You can make the assumption that because he's so tall, everyone knows who he is. All right, obviously these are simple questions. You've got to make harder ones. So go back and reread the first chapter of Study in Scarlet. Have to put the question out there. Give your answer. So that's actually going to be a quote. Then, so 2 here questions, 2 hidden questions, and 2 head questions. So what here, answers on the page. Hidden, the answer's there but in different words. And head, the answer's not on the page, but you have to go and think. All right. Then, so that's a fair bit to do so far, but you also then have lessons 5 and 6. I'll quickly open that. This is going to cut me off in a second, but that's good because I'm going to do this in a Zoom meeting. This starts to look at the use of camera angles, and down the bottom are some images from a Sherlock Holmes trailer. So I'm going to come back and talk about this in our Zoom meeting. All right, see you guys in the Zoom meeting.